Hi, everyone. I'm Logan Baldwin. I'm the executive director of Climate Film. With me, I have Nicholas Lackides and Adrian Morales, co-directors of Viral. Why don't you guys give us a little bit of your filmmaking background?
Yeah, go first.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Uh, well, I mainly just started when I moved up to Portland. I live with Nick here in a house, and I kind of just like shadowed him for a really long time. And I started just like kind of shooting on my own, like whether it be on like my iPhone or I'll steal Nick's camera from him and just like go shoot like something about like the weekend. But then I just started like kind of shooting a lot of like short films with Nick, and I've always like really liked to write stuff, so we always had like funny ideas. Like we would always cast our friends
Yeah.
and a lot of the short films we made. But when we always like would sit down and like write something serious, um, that's kind of where like the tandem of us really like started to come through, and that's where a lot of my experience comes from is working with Nick. So
Right.
yeah.
My experience kind of goes back to college slash high school. I mean, in high school, anytime we had like a freebie project, I would always, pick the video format. And then in college, after failing at being a physics major, I switched over to cinema studies and took a dip in that. And just figured let's just try to make this a career and started PAing on shoots up in Portland. I was going to school down in Eugene and at U of O. And yeah, started PAing, started meeting new people and started shooting my own stuff. And little by little got to a point where, gained all the skills necessary. So
Fantastic. So, is this the first time you guys have been in a festival?
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
realistically, yeah. We,
yeah.
we did. I mean, we've done. U of O had a festival that I was a part of, and I think I won the audience choice award. But other than that, it's just been like, yeah, nothing real serious.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, I'm glad to have you guys down. This is
Yeah,
this is
thank you.
great. I really enjoyed Viral. I think it it talks about a really important topic, but it's also shot really well, acted really well. The colors and the lighting is all beautiful, and it's short, which is it's like super to the point, which is
That's what we
great.
want.
It's you know
Yeah.
it's awesome. I think it gets straight to the point, and that's great. What inspired you guys to create a film about the dark side of internet fame?
Yeah, I mean, really was just us being 26 years old and being sort of in the wheelhouse of social media. I mean, we are succumbed to that sort of pressure of wanting to be famous and go viral and have such a successful career so early on in life that like it can lead you to sometimes dark places. I mean, it hasn't led me to any like that dark of a place, but it's always there in some way or another. Even if you try to get away from it for a little bit, it always kind of sucks you back in. So
Yeah, you see it all the time online. Do you guys feel that pressure, especially to sort of make it big so quickly and so early?
For sure. I think like being our age and like being in the times of like where TikTok is booming and YouTube was like a lot of our childhood, like we cannot not compare ourselves. So it's like very hard for us to like, plug away from our phones and just like, shut off all those distractions.
yeah.
Totally, totally. How do you guys approach the co-directing process? Were there some benefits or challenges of working together, like directing, or how do you share the responsibilities? Tell me all about all that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super grateful that we co-directed this. I think I come from sort of a camera world. So sort of visually, I had this a lot. I was working a lot visually and blocking wise and all that kind of stuff. But Adrian is just like he understands what emotion is necessary at that moment. Not necessarily I don't either, but like he kind of can really take that to another level. So definitely
Yeah.
want to talk about that.
Yeah, I would say like it works so well to be with like as a co-director with Nick because he's so like technically savvy and like very much like beyond our age. And for like us to go back and forth, like we never have like an issue. And if like we do have like some, like nudging of like, hey, I want this, like we're just gonna roll with it because I know like it's gonna turn out great. And like, yeah, I would say like my background is a lot on like punching in like when, you know, Michael is recording and I'm like really getting him to like make that eye contact like look real. Like that's something I really want to like specialize in is like get that raw emotion out and like just make sure that the actors, even if they don't have any experience, look incredible. So
yeah, it's a very yin and yang for us, so
yeah.
it's nice.
Totally, totally. Speaking of the actors, are these guys your friends? Did you do a casting call? How did this work?
Yeah, we want to do a casting call, and he brought them up. He was like, "Yeah, maybe we can do it with Simon and Michael." And I was like, "Ah, sure. Like, well, we should like try to figure somebody else out. Maybe we can kind of get a group going." But I don't know. It just like rolled into that space,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it was honestly an amazing choice. Like I don't
Yeah.
think I would have done it any other way.
Yeah, so Simon and Michael are like childhood friends of mine, and Simon he's done a bunch of like acting classes throughout his life, and Michael kind of also did acting, and Michael like took a step away from doing all that stuff, but Simon has like still wants to do acting, and like that's his like true passion. But I've always known Michael to be like just like the funniest guy in the room, but the quietest guy in the room. And I was like, when Nick told me about this, I was nonstop like, we have to get Michael. We have to get Michael. Like Michael fits this role so perfectly because
Yeah.
he has those type of like emotions that this character has.
Yeah.
So it's perfect.
Yeah, it was a good choice.
Great, great. I totally agree. I think they both killed it, and I think you guys, Adrian specifically, apparently,
Yeah.
like really brought it right out of them. So that was really really great. So the writer for this one is Josh Park. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Did you guys co-write with him? Is this his baby that you sort of took and then made it your own? How did that happen?
Yeah, it's more that second one. Yeah, he wrote the script, and we kind of made a couple key changes to it. Originally, the script had him saving him after he goes into shock, but we kind of wanted it to be more of a making of a villain type story, something that doesn't like have a sort of happy ending. And that just goes to like, I don't know, just like movies we've watched, I guess, kind of something that's a little bit more thought-provoking, kind of like could have a second step to it instead of just like, oh, he's, I guess if he's saved too, then you can still have a second step. But anyways.
We're like slowly creating this like universe of characters.
Yeah.
And they're all like, we'll have like, it's very just for us.
Yeah.
But like, we'll have like random, what are they called? Like goose eggs?
Yeah.
Like goose eggs within every short film we make that like kind of ties into everything. So it's kind of funny.
Yeah. So again,
Cool.
it was developed, and then we sort of added our own little parts to it.
Interesting. I think I like the way it ends. I think I like it. You're right. It sticks with you longer too. It makes you think more. And I think either way you're making a statement, right? If he saves him, it's a good thing. It's a good statement. We can turn this around. But that he didn't save him is more like telling of where we are right now, or at least where these characters are right now.
Right.
So I think I like that. I think I absolutely like that. How did you guys work together to ensure the screenplay's themes and the characters were accurately translated to the screen? Did Josh was he on set often? Did he help you? Did he inform any of that, or what? How'd that go?
No, 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 no. Josh was not. I mean, it was more us just working together and us kind of going back and forth on sort of how the music plays into it, how how many cuts are we doing, like how in terms of pacing wise and sort of camera movement, but also again to Aiden's credit, just like where these characters are in the in their
Yeah,
headspace. So
yeah. Like reading it in a specific tone is like very like necessary for something like this, especially where we turned it, a little bit more sinister. So that was very, very serious.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. What key lessons did you guys learn from directing Viral that you guys will carry forward in your future directing endeavors?
I would say having a very kick-ass sound technician, Keith.
Yeah.
Like Keith was our guy. He's been on like multiple short films with us. Um, that matters a ton. Like I think having the colors, having like the visual and having the sound like just perfect makes it like from amateur to like being able to be in like short like
Right.
film festivals. Like that's a
Right.
huge thing that I know now is like very important. So
Right.
Totally agree.
Right. For me, it's like what I learned the most is that like co-directing is actually a lot nicer than you think it is, especially if you have
yeah.
different different
Different tasks.
tasks. Right, right. That's a good word for it. So in the future, just like now that because our crew was very minimal.
Mhm.
We had our sound guy, we had me, Adrian, and then we had a camera operator. His name is Cody Curtis. And yeah, now just like knowing that we can do this, we just can go on to do bigger, better things. So
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think even though it was a really minimal crew, you guys really killed it. You really pulled it off. It looks great. It looks professional. It feels like it's like a well-written story. It's great. I think it really worked out. I
thank
think
you.
you guys really worked well together, all of you.
Thank you.
So what's next for you guys as filmmakers? I imagine you're going to continue to work on stuff. Do you have a YouTube channel? I saw that you submitted the YouTube link to Film Freeway. I didn't look any further into your channel.
Yeah, no YouTube channel. I mean, that was just to put it there.
Sure.
Most of the stuff that I post is on Instagram. That's sort of my, website 2.0, YouTube 2.0 type thing.
Mhm.
But for future projects, I mean, Adrian's sort of developing this whole sort of web series that has a very intricate plot line that goes through multiple episodes. It's
Yeah.
actually a really
Yeah.
interesting idea.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Fantastic. I love that. Well, I hope to see you guys in the future at our film festival. And I'm glad to have you guys here now. Do you guys have any final words before we sign off?
Thanks for watching.
Stay in school.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Like the comments, suggestions for next time, like critiques, like we'll listen to it all.
Yeah.
We always want to get better. So
We will not shy away.
yeah.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, Nick and Adrian, for submitting your film to the Klamath Independent Film Festival. Viral will be available on Eventive for a limited time as part of our online showcase. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.